Hey guys, well, we're in the bottom of one of the LA rivers again, and what does that mean? That means I'm doing another range test. I'm on my, well not mine, but I'm on the Nikola Plus. This is 100 volt, 1845 watt hour Nikola, and I finally got the charger for it. It was about a week and a half after I received the wheel. Again, this is a loaner from Scott. This is his wheel. He gave it to me, let me unbox it, and I think he's starting to want it back now. But just got a few more tests to do with it now that I finally got the charger. It had been shipped separately from China. So last time I rode this, I rode about 49 miles, had 30% battery left, and I rode it pretty hard. And I didn't want to take it down to zero because it was going to be sitting uncharged for a long time. But now that it's fully charged up, I'm going to do the full range test. I'm going to run it down to hopefully tilt back, and we'll see what kind of miles we get out of it. I'm going to predict, I'm going to go on the limb, predict I'm going to get 65 solid miles. That means 65 miles without having to, alter my speeds, and maybe closer to 70 miles till actual tilt back. We'll see. Now I'm going, let's see, I'm going to be riding this like I do all my formal range tests. I'm riding the same route, more or less. Obviously I'll be riding a bit longer for this one than I do for other wheels, but same basic route, same basic speed. I go between 18 and 22 miles per hour. Basically comfortable, an enjoyable riding speed, but I am making a point of not going really fast. So my range tests are not like Ian's at Speedy Feet. Now he rides the wheel hard, really hard, so his range tests kind of give you a indication of what's the worst that you're going to do, and most likely, like he says, you'll get better range than what he gets. In my case, I'm not going for the maximum range, but I'm just going for, I think, what I would typically get for a wheel when I ride it. My riding weight's between 175 and 180 pounds, thereabouts, give you an idea. And that's it. So far I've put about 55 miles on the wheel. But so when Scott gets his wheel back, it's going to be over 100 miles on it, but at least it'll be broken in, and he can feel confident that it's not going to break on him. I think that was his ulterior motive all along anyway. So all right, well, hopefully this won't be a long video. If you don't want to watch any of my highlights along the way, just skip to the end. I'll put a time marker somewhere up here in the video of where you can skip to get to the end where I'll summarize the results of the ride. Otherwise, I'm just going to stop periodically and show you where I'm at and how the battery is doing and so forth. All right, guys, probably see you in about 15 miles or so. Well, I'm about 15 miles into the ride, and under load I'm about 81% battery. This is this cool covered section of this trail. There's a radio-controlled airplane park right here, so they built this to, I guess, protect bicyclists from falling planes. I don't know how often that happens, but it's pretty cool to ride through. Looks fun on the video sometimes. Anyway, yeah, about an hour into the ride, 15 miles thereabouts, 81% battery, under load, and yeah, doing pretty good. Definitely exceeding my typical range. I really wish I had this this Plus model of the Nikola. That's a problem when you're a first adopter, which like I tend to be. You know, you get the first model that comes out, and you know, but this happened. I bought the first MCM5, and it was only available in 650 or 600, I forget, watt-hour battery. And then they came out with the 800. You know, I bought the first 84 volt. Actually, the first 84 volt wheel, the ACM, 1300 watt-hour battery. And then they came out with the 1600 watt later. I bought the Nikola, and then they came out with a 100 volt Plus model, and they're coming out with a 2100 watt-hour 84 volt version, which I'm really tempted to buy just for the range. But it's fun. No doubt it's fun buying new wheels, trying new wheels. It's a really fun time. I feel like I'm back in the early days of aviation, when you can imagine all the new planes that were coming out all the time, the new technologies, and same with cars. You know, when there's going to be a time, there will be 20 years from now, will happen, and what are we going to be riding then? What's, you know, you can just imagine. So anyway, I will see you again in a while. Well, I'm about 20 miles into the ride. 75% battery, under load. This is kind of like a, I'm not sure what, I wouldn't quite call it a reservoir, but some kind of a catch basin for over water, catching too much water, I guess. I don't know. A fun little place to ride here. It's about 8:30 in the morning. It's a Thursday. Clouds are starting to burn off. Try and do these rides early because I don't want to be getting heat stroke. If I do it in the middle of the day right now in the summer, it can be pretty warm. I love the tire in this Nikola. It really just handles going through sand traps, you know, whatever. It just doesn't really phase it much. I definitely think 3-inch tires, that's the new standard for wheels. It's really the perfect size. I mean, hopefully for I don't know, just hopefully they'll be making those for everything. 14-inch wheels. Of course, the M10-3 is a 3-inch wheel. It's been that way for a long time. But yeah, that's a new standard, I think, for sure. All right, see you guys in a bit. Well, about halfway point for this typical loop that I do mostly, and I'm about 27 miles, and let's see, about 2 and a, trying to think, almost 2 hours of riding, something like that. And I'm at about 60% battery, which is really good. So normally coming up here, I would take a right to head back towards the ocean, back home. But of course, my battery's doing really good. So I'm going to take a left here. I'm going to head out up into the mountains. There's a fun trail, which some of you guys have probably seen me take before. It's probably going to add 10 miles to my ride, something like that, which is good. I think I've got the capacity. So I'll see you in a bit. I'll show you a little bit of the trail riding up ahead. It's a fun little trail, and depending on the water level, there's a nice kind of little mini waterfall at the, not waterfall, I guess, a little bit of rapids at the end. If there's enough water, you'll see. See you in a bit. Okay, this is it's a fun little trail. It dead ends, but it goes on for, I don't know, a couple miles maybe. Yeah, it looks like water is flowing good. Gonna have some running water at the end. I don't know if you can probably hear it. There, maybe you can see the water down below. the end of the road. Nice running water. So I'm at 56% battery, and let's see where I'm at miles wise. About 32 miles. So I'm doing really good. Really good. I feel I'm going to make that 65 mile mark. I'm going to take a little break here. Sit down for a little bit, rest my feet, and then do the rest, second half. See you guys in a bit. Okay, I'm on midway on the Santa Fe Dam, well on my way home. I'm at about 40 miles and about 40% battery under load. So I'm doing great. There's about 17 or so miles to go to return to my starting point. So that would put me at 57, 58 miles. And I suspect I'll probably have to continue on my way and burn off some more miles, get down to 0. So we will see you in a bit. Okay, I have reached a starting point, and let's see, I've been going for about 4 hours, I think, thereabouts. I'm still been riding, but this whole way back I've been riding 18, 19 miles an hour. 58 miles, and I'm at 8% battery under load. So something's wrong again. So I'm running the older version of Wheel Log, which the one you can get from the Play Store, and that one worked pretty good with my 84 volt Nikola. It was pretty accurate. When it said 15% battery, I was getting the low battery beeps. But I'm at 8% battery, and I haven't heard a low battery beep yet. And I've gone up a few inclines where normally I get that the beeping starts kicking in. So we're in unknown territory at this point. I guess I'm just going to keep riding until I get the first indication of a low battery beep. And then I'll turn around. So 7% battery, 19 miles an hour. All right, I will. I'll see you next when I'm under low battery conditions and restricted speeds. Okay, I just started getting a battery. So it looks like the wheel log's off by about 15%. Because when wheel log dips down to 0 battery, I get the first alarm. Still not getting it. Very close though. So, and I'm at 60 miles. So I can still ride about 18 miles an hour because under load I'm still a few percentage points. Yeah, you can hear it beeping right now. I'm riding at 15 miles an hour, 15, 16. So it's a solid 60 miles. My the 84 volt was about 50 miles before I got that. I will say I think I was riding again this one a little bit harder on the way back, meaning a little bit faster than the 84 volt. But that's good. I mean, so this wheel has about 15% more battery than the 84 volt. Yet I'm getting a solid 20% better range. So that would imply that with 100 volts, it's a bit more efficient. Interesting. So I look forward to getting the 126 volt Nikola. In case you haven't heard, Gotway is working on that model. And if I play my cards right, I'm going to be getting one. Quote, you know, like pre-production or one that's very early on. Because in a way, Gotway kind of reached out to me in a surprise post comment to one of my posts, mentioned, oh, maybe a 126 volt version would work good for you. So from their comments, it sounds like about two months or so from now. This is August 8th, I think. That kid. So August 8th, so 2 months from now. So early mid-October, 126 volt Nikola. Well, what's interesting with that configuration, they should be able to match the battery configurations of the 84 volt wheels. So that means I would expect a 1600 watt hour wheel at 126 volts. So if I get that, I'll be able to do a true apples to apples range test with the same battery capacity wheel. But anyway, I do think that this is more efficient. Get more range for your battery. All right, I'll see you in a bit as I get lower. Okay, guys. I'm about done. I'm past these gardeners. I'm almost home. I think I can make it without having to do any walking, but maybe not. I'm riding the tilt back right now, 6 miles an hour, and the tilt back's getting pretty steep here. So let me give you the final statistics for the ride. Okay, and by the way, I climbed about 800, a little over 800 feet during this whole ride. So my riding time has been 4 hours and 13 minutes. I took about a 15-minute break at those rapids to give my feet a rest. Other than that, I've been riding continuously. I'm at 64.25 miles. Max speed was 22 miles per hour. Other than that, I was riding 18 to 20. I would say mostly. Yeah, so that's pretty good. So 60 miles solid. No constraints for the most part. I mean, I'm sure if I was going 25 miles an hour, I wouldn't be able to, but 18, 19, that's my speed. And so yeah, 60 miles versus 50 miles on the 84 volt Nikola. And so it's holding true. It's I got a little over 64 miles total. Previous one was 54 miles total before I had to start walking. And the battery is, there's a 15% more battery on this guy, but the range is a bit over 20% better. And I do think I rode this a little bit faster too, so it's probably a bit over. Now, tilt back is getting pretty bad. I'm still walking, but can you see my the pedals? It's getting pretty uncomfortable, but I'm going to see if I can make it. By the way, I'm going to stop here for you guys who are interested in this. I'm looking, yeah, tilt back is pretty bad. I don't think I'm going to be able to walk this. I can't read the voltage. The sun is too bright. But I'll put a comment in the description on the video with what the voltage reading on the wheel was at essentially zero battery. All right, guys. Hope this was interesting to you, and we will talk to you later. Bye.